As soon as we went live. So, I don't even have a microphone in front of me. There we go. Sorry. Went live as I was drinking and getting ready here. So, just want to hop on here, if everybody's around, chat, talk about the fights. Another wild night. I think we're going 2 weeks in a row where it was basically all underdogs. 2 full weeks, almost all underdogs, which is awesome if you're on the right side of it. But this is when we see a lot of people on the wrong side, super frustrated, not happy with how anything went. We did okay. The last few weeks, we've just been, it's almost unreasonable how good we've been. It defies all logic. How good we've been the last few weeks. Last night, I basically broke even in bets. Literally, I think it was $1 one way or the other. I don't look at the account down to the penny, but I got what saved me in my bets last night is during the live stream, I just decided I felt really good about Witt. So I did a money line bet on him. And I was pretty high all week, saying I thought he would win. Barberina's almost dying from his blood disease and all this other stuff. Witt this week was just talking about how embarrassed he was getting knocked out by a jab. So, you know, the fact that he was so self-aware and knew sort of what he was getting himself into and knew that his chin was suspect. I threw a money line bet on Witt last night, and that paid off, thank God. But all the bets I lost were the unders on rounds. I lost every under on a round. Most of my bets I got refunded on because the Nico fight was canceled, the Ronnie fight was canceled, and then you guys know I loved Uriah Hall wins inside the distance, but a decision is no action. So that got refunded. So it was a good, it was good in the sense that I didn't take a bath, and the sentiment seems to be most people got their clocks cleaned last night. So I'm very fortunate that that didn't happen to me. But I definitely, let me move this around. I definitely would have liked to have made more money, and maybe I'm getting spoiled, right? We've been making a little too much lately. So probably a little spoiled, but monkey knife fight, I made a couple bucks, nothing crazy, but I did make a couple bucks. DraftKings, that was a disaster. I don't even care. I mean, the fights dropped and then were put back on, and I changed my lineup 40 times. So that is what it is. King Rob, yeah, thanks for the compliment on the Witt there. I was mentioning it earlier in the week. I mean, if you watch the individual breakdown videos, we can't lie on this show because everything's documented. But I really liked Witt because I knew Barberina gets taken down. Everybody knows Barberina gets taken down. But he does scramble back up. But with all of his medical issues and everything else, I was like, I don't know if he's going to scramble back up this time. So I felt good about the Witt one. And listen, he got clocked a few times, but he hung in there. Rafa, I agree. $3,500. Was that a bet or a fantasy lineup? That was crazy with Rafa because Gruetzemacher, tough, man. Tough. I had family over. Like yesterday was crazy for me. But we were screaming at the division Rafa knockout Kings with monkey knife fight. So we're just screaming at the TV because he almost had a knockout a few times. Then would gas or then would take it down. And then all he needed was a little more gas. How many times did he have Gruetzemacher like down on all fours? And if Rafa just had a little more gas, he would have a couple hits, the ref would have stopped it, but he just didn't. So that sucked. The cardio thing was weird because he didn't gas in his fight against Hapcrest. So him gassing last night was odd. But somebody said there was no undercard, no favorite on the undercard one. That's how last night went. So lucky for Dan made money. Dan is up on bets. Dan made good money last night on Bellator. So he got straight even odds on McKee. He also hit that LFA bet. And then for UFC, he did a Bays money line. He did a Philip Rowe money line. So he did. Dan did well. Dan was our big winner last night. I broke even. I made a couple bucks in monkey knife fight. Not as much as I normally do, and that's Strickland doing the over. It kind of screwed me there. You would have went 6 out of 6, $3,500. Oh, so you had a big parlay going? Yeah, Rafa. Nice, King Rob. Yeah, Dan would. I mean, that paid off. It was even money, but Dan was pretty confident that he should have been the heavy favorite there. So that worked out well. We'll see if Dan will hop on. Probably not. I honestly just did this spur of the moment. King Rob, my favorite thing that happened yesterday was you commented. Jacob did his lock of the week, and you commented saying, "Oh my God, I thought I could pick both I and Chavez." And I was going to go max on the draw. And then there was a freaking draw. So that was awesome. Nice you cashed out on the Melsik KO. What was the line on that? Melsik saved my monkey knife fight. So I maxed out my knockout kings on monkey knife fight. And if you don't know what that is, you pick any three fighters on a card that you want. As long as one of them gets a knockout, you get 25% return. So if you bet 100, you get 125 back. So I maxed that out, and it was not looking good because Rafa did nothing. I thought I was going to get a knockout there. I had Witt winning the fight, but I threw Barberina in there because Witt's chin is suspect. So let me throw that in there. That didn't happen. So then it all came down to Melsik, and thank God Melsik got that done. Yeah, the good and drop was a mess. Listen, DraftKings, it is what it is. I didn't even enter my lineup in anything outside of my friends league last night. As soon as those fight, like I absolutely loved Ronnie Yaya. As soon as the Yaya fight dropped, I was like, I hate my lineup. Then I made it work. Then they dropped the Stoltze Gooden fight. And then I was super annoyed. Then they re-added the Stoltze Gooden fight. And I was like, I'm done. Forget it. It is what it is. So DraftKings kind of sucked because of that. All those ads and drops. Monkey Knife Fight was pretty cool about it because we were literally texting with him. If you guys joined the live stream yesterday, we were texting with them saying, quick, refund our money so we can do this. And they were pretty good. They opened it wide up, and you were there. You were the one who told me how to get my money out. So overall, though, the fights were great. And it's so funny. I feel neutral, meaning I'm about even last night. I made a couple bucks because of Monkey Knife Fight. But it's funny when you bet money, and dude, we do everything. We do DraftKings, we do Monkey Knife Fight, and we do bets. So I have money all over the place on the fights. And no matter how amazing a fight is, if one goes the wrong way, I'm really annoyed because the money was gone. So the beginning of the night, I was super annoyed. But then everything ended up being fine. But those fights were absolutely fantastic. They were legitimately good fights. García and Benoit losing screwed me. Yeah, I mean, the Benoit one was ridiculous. That dude had the clearest path to victory anybody has ever had. It's like all you need to do is take this dude down and you'll be fine. And didn't happen. So that was an interesting fight. Benoit was the one that got taken down. So good for Adeshev for making the adjustments, doing what he needs to do into this fight and winning. So good for Adeshev. It was a good all the fights were really, really good. But, it's just funny when we play so many lines and so many things. King Rob, max bet on the draw. I should have at least did half a unit or something. I mean, the odds of that hitting when you bet on a draw, you get wild odds, obviously, because the likelihood of a draw is not good. So that was crazy. And a point deduction, no less. Yeah, that was that would have been awesome. I was cracking up when that happened. Jacob was here, actually. And when that happened, I'm like, dude, check the comments. I forget who it was, but somebody said they were going to max bet the draw. I didn't either, Bearded. So I had Bays winning, and obviously watch the breakdown video if you don't believe me. I had Bays winning, but I was like, these girls or these ladies are very evenly matched. Bays is a little bit better, higher volume, and I think the judges will like her volume and she'll win a decision. So I got the pick right, but I did not see that knockout coming. Dan did. You watch that live stream, Dan was sitting here like a degenerate adding bets, and he added the Bays bet. And I think he put that in the comments too. So he added that last minute. It was like minus 145, and he was like, I'm putting 2 units on this. I trust it. So good for him. Benoit had cutting that really affected him. He didn't have trouble he did last time. Last time he literally almost died. So this time he actually, he made the weight, which was nice. So I felt good about it. I'm like, oh, he made the weight. He'll be good. But no, that's not how that went down. Plus 6,600. Yeah, that would have been quite the payday for sure. So either way, how did you guys feel about the fights? I mean, the fights were good. The problem is once you start betting money and you have a vested interest and things hit a little harder instead of just enjoying the fight for what it is. Like the main event, I picked Strickland to win. I was almost good with any outcome because I'm like, all right, if Uriah Hall gets a knockout here, I'll get paid. If Strickland wins, my pick was correct. My DraftKings lineups will do well. And then as long as Strickland doesn't land more than 140 punches, I'll be good in Monkey Knife Fight. Instead, all three of those things, like, all right, Strickland won, fine. But he went over on the strikes. So I got my Uriah Hall bet back because that's a insurance bet, which I love. But he went over on the strikes, which blew out my Monkey Knife Fight line. So best case scenario for me would have been at like 140 strikes, Uriah Hall knocked him out, and I would have gotten paid on everything. And that's a problem with playing multiple things because I end up having picks and bets that contradict each other in different platforms. But Monkey Knife Fight is absolutely still the cash cow. It's almost impossible to actually lose money. I know a few of you did last night, but as long as you spread your plays out, you should be good. This week specifically was a little weird because there was a couple of really high lines and a couple of fights that went the distance that absolutely should not have. But it was definitely, it definitely saved me from losing money last night. That's for sure. Rowe and Gooden came from the same boxing coach explains a lot. A piece of information I missed out on. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I had Rowe winning. I just didn't think it was going to be like that. I thought Rowe, stand-up wise, was going to do well with the distance, but then ultimately was going to get to the ground, and he's better on the ground is what I thought would happen. I didn't, but Dan did. Dan, if you watch our betting breakdown or join the live stream yesterday, Dan was all over McKee. So Dan won some money. King Rob said he followed that bet. So some people followed Dan on McKee and won some money there. He got plus 100. So basically even money. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Rob. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's good and bad, right? You could, if you've been copying our bets the last like month, you should be up big time money because we've absolutely been crushing it. But that will not last forever. Eventually, we're going to get our asses kicked. It's going to happen. We cannot win forever. If we win forever, then I don't know why my units are so small and I should be betting thousands instead of what I do. Barbarina 96 strikes at the end of the fight. Then it was changed to 114, which meant that was really strange to me. That exact same delay. So obviously the numbers are the numbers. Monkey Knife Fight, UFC, DraftKings, they all get their stats from the exact same place. So the UFC, I don't know the name of the company. They pay a third-party company to tally everything. Then their data goes to FanDuel, goes to DraftKings, goes to Monkey Knife Fight. Whoever needs that data pulls that data. So everybody has the same numbers. So it's not like you have to worry about like, oh, whatever. Everybody's got the exact same numbers and totals. What they do with those are different. But that fight, I agree. Specifically that fight, there seemed to be a much heavier delay than all the other ones. Because I was like, oh, nice, I hit the under. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, oh, okay, I did not hit the under. So that was super annoying. Grab a drink. Let me know what you guys saw of the fights, though. Like I said, I thought they were awesome. Every single fight was entertaining. Like, every single fight was entertaining, fun to watch. Even, like, the underdogs were live, but none of those underdogs came out and 2-second knockout or any crap like that. Just legit, live, really close, entertaining fights. How many units are you guys up after this weekend? I'm even. I'm literally even. I think I won a single dollar. So I'm even, which fine by me. Dan is up 2.5 units because Dan did a Bays money line and a Phil Rowe money line. If you caught those in the comments or on the live stream. So Dan's up 2.5 units. You take those wins. He had another win or two for UFC, and then he also won in Bellator last night and Elephant Friday. So Dan's up 2.5. I'm even. I have no idea. I didn't even check Jacob's. Jacob just does it for fun, so I don't pay too close attention. You hit the under and over with 96. You played both sides of that. All right, nice. I'm hyped for Sean Strickland. Come up with his whole game is good. He says some weird stuff, though. Yeah, I mean, that's his Jacob loves it. Jacob last night was like, dude, imagine if Sean Strickland ends up being the champ. He's so entertaining, which he is. He drives me nuts personally, but you know, it's fine. He is super entertaining and he's legitimately good. I'll tell you right now, though, the fact that Uriah Hall did not light up Sean Strickland's leg was so frustrating to me. He doesn't move. Sean Strickland has terrible, terrible movement. That right leg or that leg is just there, planted, ready to get kicked. When a strike comes his way, he backs up a little bit. He doesn't move, no side to side, doesn't lift the leg. His weight is on there. Uriah Hall, anytime he threw a kick, he hit it. So I think if I noticed it, everybody else noticed it, which means Sean Strickland's next fight, I don't care who the opponent is, they're going to light that leg up, and he's going to have a lot of trouble. So I'm definitely not high on Sean Strickland, regardless of who he fights next. That fight last night, he looked fantastic. High volume, march forward, hit, just nonstop. His wrestling looked okay. He got a couple takedowns when he needed them. He didn't do anything with them, but he got them. But again, he just leaves that lead leg out there ready to get chopped down. And if he fights himself a solid Brazilian, a solid kickboxer, that leg will get lit up. Even if they do the Brendan Allen rematch, Brendan Allen will light that leg up in the rematch. And Sean Strickland's going to have big-time problems. Big-time problems. I think Uriah had a messed up eye from the second. Something happened. Like when he got taken down and fell down, I literally was like, what happened here? Something happened. Was it his eye? Did they confirm that? Because that seemed bizarre. He like overreacted to something, and then the takedown, he basically was pushed, and that was it. Good for Uriah, though. It's funny because watching the fight, you're like, what a bum, do more. And then you're like, oh my God, he's so tough. Like it literally just came down to the round and the part of the round, how you felt, because Uriah like would be slow, then crazy high volume, then slow, then crazy high volume. So it was interesting for sure. It was a fun fight. Every single fight last night was fun. Every single one. Couple of surprises, if you will. The Rafa fight going to a decision, that was a surprise. I had Witt winning, so him winning a decision was not a surprise. But what was a surprise is how good Witt's chin was, because that chin didn't exist a couple months ago, and now he's good to go. So let me know what fight you guys like the best. And luckily, no bad decisions, right? Let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe I missed one, but I didn't see any bad decisions, especially coming off last week where there was a couple of real questionable ones. Last night we were spared from some really bad decisions. Bearded Ninja. I see Strickland getting slept the harder competition gets. Yeah, I mean, he does get hit. Dan said he's hittable. And I felt like he was hittable last night. I mean, Uriah Hall, when he did throw punches, landed punches. Uriah Hall's issue was he's kind of a slow starter. He's almost like a Ovince Prue, where sometimes he's just willing to back up and not do much. But when Uriah Hall was throwing, he landed. So I thought Strickland was hittable, and he doesn't move that lead leg. It just doesn't move. And if I noticed it, every coach in that, that has somebody in that division also noticed it. And that front leg is going to get absolutely brutalized next time he fights. I think my favorite fight was definitely the Witt Barberena fight. That was a fire fight. Either way, a lot of fun. I already did all the graphics for this weekend's UFC 265, 256. I keep messing up what these are. But for the heavyweight title fight or interim title fight, I already got all the graphics done. I start my research. We already do some research, but we do in chunks basically. So Started the research. I'll have everything done, and we'll be live Tuesday breaking down those fights. I don't know what I'm going to do with that main event just yet. We'll have to see. There's not a lot of props, but once those props drop, I already have some really good ideas for what I'm going to do betting on that. There's some interesting spots for sure. Lost the Nunes fight, but that was going to be a murdering anyway, so we'll see what happens. Gooden was one of my locks on DK. It paid off. Yeah, I mean, Gooden looked great. Jacob was all over Gooden, and so was Dan. I wasn't. I was like, I think what's his name's 20 professional kickboxing fights. We just watched Gooden get outstruck by Nurmagomedov. I think he's gonna have some trouble. But I was wrong. Dan came on the live stream and was like, dude, I heard from people who are training with him that he is like ready to go, has been ready to go, has been asking for a short notice fight. So do not sleep on Gooden. And then Jacob from day one was like, Gooden's going to win. Gooden's going to win. So those two were on it and they got it. I was wrong. I didn't bet. I didn't play it. So it is what it is. But they were right. I was wrong there for sure. Yeah, it was Dan had a horrible call of Garcia walking through Chris. Everybody did. Everybody did. I don't know anybody who was like, Chris Gruetzemacher is going to win. So, I mean, if you're one of those people, let me know and show me where you said it, because there's absolutely no way people thought that was going to happen. And Rafa almost put him away a few times, just couldn't do it. It was brutal. Gan is slick, going to win every round until the last 10 seconds, then gets knocked out. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, the bet that I absolutely love is going to be, as soon as the prop drops, is Derek Lewis wins inside the distance, decision, no action, because he's either knocking Gan out or losing a decision where he gets touched up. So I'll take that bet all day. So as soon as that drops, I'll grab it. I imagine I'll get plus odds on that because Gan's such a massive favorite. He's like a minus 350 favorite. So I'm good with that bet. We'll see what happens. I had Wit too because of takedown upside. The only person I wasn't on was Bays. I would have had Optimal. I think we'll all pick Bays except Jay. So Dan and I picked Bays. Jay's went the other way on that. But the Wit one, I was saying from the very first video we shot, I like Wit. Arena is very takedownable. Its chin is going to be the question mark, though. But it held up. It held up really well. Yeah, I mean, if he didn't document the fact that he said it, he didn't say it. We need to see it in writing. A lot of people. I don't have the luxury of changing my picks. Everything I say is on camera and uploaded, and people verify it all the time. So I can't possibly go backwards on a pick or pretend I said something I didn't. Looked like he had him out within 30 seconds, but Chris wouldn't try. It was brutal because in that first round, he absolutely looked like he had him out. And then he gassed. Rafa gassed. And once he gassed, it's like, all right, well, Gruetzemacher looks to be gaining steam and his chin looks to be getting better, not worse. And obviously the punches, some steam is coming off him. So, it is what it is. I did lose a bet on that, but it's okay because I made up for it with a few others. Thank God. Thank God. Wit doing what he did saved my Rafa, me losing money on the Rafa bet. But yeah, I mean, overall, ton of fun fights. I figured I'd just hop on here and chat. So I don't know how long I'll stick around, but not too long. It's Sunday, so I get a nice break. And then tomorrow we finalize all our stuff and we film Tuesday. So we're doing live. Let me know how you feel about that. We obviously we go live for all of our card breakdowns now. Then I chop them up and re-upload them. But if you guys like that, we'll keep doing it. I like it because it honestly saves me a lot of editing time because it's live. So it's already up on YouTube. I don't have to then take what we recorded and edit and all that crap. So I don't have to do that, which is nice. But we might start doing everything live. DraftKings bets, all of it. But the problem with some of those live videos is we can't really interact with the chat because the video is the video. It's not just a casual live stream like this. It's, there's a specific purpose. So Yeah, thanks, Bearded. And we should be doing the fight companions. So we obviously we used to do the fight companions. Then I went out and I bought a very expensive conference room camera, and we did one from there, but we couldn't get the audio right. And then our schedules have been crazy. I've been traveling for work. Dan's been traveling for work, or we have family. Like this weekend for the pay-per-view, I should be doing the live stream. I should be able to do a fight companion live stream where we can just yuck it up, talk about the fights real time. And I'm going to get in some live betting. I love live betting. We're adding it to our website. So you'll be able to just park on our website and do the live betting right there. But I don't know if that'll be ready for this weekend because it's not easy for the web developer to do. But I think I'm going to do the live stream, the fight companion this Saturday. My wife is getting surgery tomorrow. But I still imagine by Saturday, I'm not going to be having people over. So I'm just going to do a live stream. Maybe I'll have Jacob come over, but at the very least, I'll be in my media room or even right here and do the live stream watching that fight. Already had that one. You know what's funny about that, King Rob? So from the beginning, so when there's pay-per-views, I usually have people over. So like, friends, neighbors, my wife's cousin, family, they come over, we watch the fights, we drink, we hang out. So live streaming those is hard because I either have to ignore the people in the physical room or ignore all of you. And why are you going to watch a live stream if you can't interact, right? So the pay-per-views were hard. So we were almost doing the opposite of everybody else. We're not live streaming pay-per-views, but we're live streaming the fight nights because nobody comes over for those. But, now that we have the conference room camera, I want to live stream pay-per-views. I was going to do the Connor card, but then Jacob's like, no, I just want to watch the fights. So either way, let's plan on me live streaming this weekend. I already made the graphic for it. I got to get through my wife's surgery, make sure that goes the way it's supposed to. And then I could actually schedule and put it up. But I plan on live streaming UFC this weekend. I'll just tell people they can't come over, and it is what it is. That's their problem. So Gane is a lock. Yeah, I mean, we'll do our full analysis, but I think so. I think Gane is just, his footwork is too good. Just touch, go, touch, go, touch, go, touch, go. He can mix in wrestling when he needs to. Obviously, Derek Lewis will be live for a knockout at any moment. We've seen him even when he fought Volkov, right? Got the crap beat out of him for 14 minutes and then still got a knockout at the end, or 20, whatever it was. You got a knockout at the end. So he'll always be live, and that's why I'm already, as soon as that prop drops, I'm going to do Derek Lewis wins inside the distance, decision, no action. That's my favorite bet because you basically can't lose. I just did it last night on Uriah Hall. I got a refund. I'll take a refund all day. No problem. Give my money back. No issues. So I'm probably going to do that bet as soon as that prop drops, which is probably tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. As soon as it drops, I'll hit it. You guys like those protection bets. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Grab yourself a promo. I'm telling you, they have the best prop bets. The wins inside the distance, decision, no action. Awesome prop bet. You're literally not going to find that any other sports book. Also, the buying points. If you have a big underdog and you think it's definitely a really close fight that they win, or at least win one round, buy yourself 3.5 points. You'll still get plus odds in the bet. You get 3.5 points. They can lose the decision all day. Who cares? You just need them to win one round on the scorecards, and you get paid out. That's why we love them. That's why we partnered with them on picks.com/bets. That saves us a lot, especially last night. I got a refund on Uriah Hall. I'll take a refund. As long as you're not losing money, you're good. Let's catch back up. Yeah, so again, fights were a ton of fun last night. This pay-per-view coming up is interesting. As I was doing the graphics, I was like, oh, this is an interesting fight. Oh, like Carolina is coming back. Then Angela Hill is on that card as well. So a couple of Angela Hill versus Tisha Tiny Tornado Torres. That actually is going to be a really good fight. The Vicente Luque versus Michael Chiesa fight. This is a really good pay-per-view for people like us. right? Us, meaning me, you guys, people who are actual fans. This is a really good pay-per-view because there's a lot of sneaky fights on there, entertaining ones, super close ones. No giant names. Even the main event are not giant names. No one is like, oh, Derek Lewis is amazing, and Gane is just not famous enough yet. But all the fights should be a ton of fun. Quick pick. Does the Afro Samurai win next week? Who's the Afro Samurai? Let me know. I'm so bad with names and nicknames. I coach wrestling. I've coached kids for like 4 seasons, and I'm still like, come on, buddy. Let's go, buddy, because I'm just so bad with names. Mike Pyle, I see some good spots. Should be a better weekend. Yeah, luckily, I do like next week as well. Last week, up huge money. This week, I am dead even. Dan is up money. So as a channel, we haven't had a down week in I don't know when. It's been an incredibly long time. I can't even think of it. Dan had a horrific week like 2 months ago. He's more than made up for that, and I had a good week that week. But yeah, so lots of good spots next weekend too. Would y'all give your thoughts on Monkey Knife Strikes for every fight when we do the video? We can. That takes so long. So we do already. If you watch our full card breakdown, we break down every single fight, the DraftKings price, the betting odds, who we think wins, and the Monkey Knife Fight lines. So the dedicated Monkey Knife Fight video, we only do a few. But for each individual breakdown video and the full card one, we do talk about the line. So this week, the plan for Monkey Knife Fight is we're going to have Chris join our show. Chris is the guy who sets the actual lines. So maybe on Wednesday, I'll have him join. We'll go through every single fight, and I'll just let him talk about his lines and why. And that could be really good for you guys. Get a peek inside how he's doing it and why. And then, it could be pretty cool. But yeah, we can definitely add some more. Oh, Jamie Simons versus Johnny Munoz. I'm not going to give you a quick pick only because I haven't dug into that one just yet. So I have opinions right now, but I don't want to say something. And then when I do my full card breakdown, I'm a little different. So, that one's definitely, that one's an interesting one. I think it's closer than a lot of people are thinking. Honestly, I think, there's a lot of good matches. I'm pulling up my notes now. I already have notes on that fight. Let me pull them up. I mean, it's the card opener. So, I think Johnny Munoz is the obvious pick, but I have Jamie Simons is super live in that fight. I like legit like him in that fight. I'm just not sure if I can pick him. I think if he wins, he will win by decision. I'm just not sure what I can do there. This is a really good fight, and this is honestly one that might be a good plus 3.5. Jamie Simons is like almost or even more than a 2-1 underdog. You buy yourself 2.5 points on the scorecard. All he has to do is win one round, and that's definitely a bet that I'm going to be looking closely at to see what those odds are. Menefield versus Herman. I don't know. Menefield looks a beast. Yeah, Ed Herman's, I mean, he gets like these sneaky wins, but he's old, man. And he is, I don't want to say used up, but he is old. He has been through some hell. He's got himself a nice little win streak going. But, I mean, Menefield is Menefield. We watched him grapple in his last fight. He's got ridiculous power in his hands. As long as he doesn't gas, Menefield should be good. I mean, he just won off a submission, but he does gas. So that'll be an interesting one. I think Menefield, he's the 2-1 favorite. He should be a 2-1 favorite. But Ed Herman, one of these old tricky vets. But I think, man, that is a tough one because Ed Herman doesn't get like knocked out. He doesn't get put away. He's super tough. He's always in a fight. He's definitely slowing down, stuff like that. But if he could wear down Menefield and let him gas, he could be a solid underdog. So we'll do our full breakdown there. But I actually really looking forward to that fight because I think the UFC is saying, okay, Menefield, let's see how good you are. We'll give you sort of an aging vet. If you blow through this guy, then you're ready. If not, let's continue to build you up. Yeah, gotcha. I'm literally horrible with nicknames and even real names. And you've heard me try to pronounce names too. It's never great. But I'll hang out for a few more minutes if you guys have questions. If not, gonna do some digging for next week. Aldo Munoz goes the distance. I agree with that. And if it doesn't, I think Aldo will be on the wrong side of it. His chin's going the wrong direction. But I agree. I'm really looking forward to that fight. I like Munoz in that fight. Aldo's a favorite, but Aldo, his age is wrong. So let's see what they have his age at. I'm not going to tell you who told me this, but one of Aldo's good friends was like, and this was like 5 years ago. They're like, he's not. Let me tell you his age right now. Aldo is, according to Tapology, what the hell's his age? 34. The dude's like 40. So this is like 5 years ago. And I was talking to this person who's like personal friends with Jose Aldo. And I was like, man, I cannot believe he's not even 30. He's like, are you crazy? He's definitely way over 30. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, in the favelas, he had no paperwork. He had nothing. He literally just went to the town hall. There's no birth certificates. And he was like, I need a birth certificate. And like, well, how old are you? And he's like, 16. And he was like 23. So you can't trust the age. He's getting a little used up there. The Marlon Vera win was nice, a really nice win, but he got smoked by Peter Yan. Marlon Moraes, beat him in that decision. I thought he won that fight, and so did the UFC. So that's why he ended up getting the Peter Yan title fight, even though he was coming off a loss. Volkov beat him Volkanovski beat him legitimately. I don't know how much longer his chin is going to truly hold up. I love Aldo. He's an all-time great, but this is going to be a really interesting fight where Pedro Munoz has the chin, moves like crazy, and may be able to hang in there. Let's see. I had Munoz in that fight, but I just realized Munoz is 34 too. Yeah, but Aldo's not 34. I just told you. Aldo's 40-something. The age that they have publicized is just not true. He literally lied to get a birth certificate, but to him, there's no record documentation. So, how old are you? And they put it on, just like when you go to the DMV to get a driver's license. How tall are you? They don't measure you. How tall are you? I'm sure Jacob said he was 6 feet on his, which I promise you, Jacob is 5'6". All right, we'll hang out another minute or two, and then I'm out of here to enjoy a lazy Sunday. And then I have to do a bunch of research, get everything ready, and hop right back into this for Tuesday's live stream. And yes, Mr. Savage, he's been 34 for a very long time. He's not 34. It's nonsense. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you hopping on here with me. How do I like Chiesa? I was about to leave, and that comment snuck right in. Yeah, that one's an interesting one because in my mind, Chiesa is not a good fighter, right? I just have that mindset because he wasn't for a long time. And then he slowly started to put it together. And now all of a sudden he's a good fighter. So it's an interesting fight. Vicente Luque and everybody else at Stanford MMA has looked absolutely amazing. They're all like just killing machines lately. Vicente Luque has looked great everywhere except for the beating that Wonder Boy put on him. He looked good against Tyron Woodley for sure. I think it's tough because my gut is saying Luque. But Michael Chiesa is better than my mind thinks he is because he was not good for a very long time. Then all of a sudden started to get good. And it's just like, how is this guy good? So, we'll do our full breakdown, but I think the odds are correct. Vicente Luque is a slight favorite. I think that makes sense. I think he's at a better gym. He has better training partners, and he's the overall better MMA fighter with more tools in his bag. But Michael Chiesa is tough, getting tougher, finding a rhythm, and he can make this a dirty grappling match, which could be somewhat of an issue for Vicente. But I do like I do like Vicente in this, but I'm gonna really dig in because this is a super, super close fight. And I have to, it's gonna be hard for me, but I literally, and this sounds so stupid, I have to get myself out of the mindset of 6 years ago where it's like Michael Chiesa sucks, because he doesn't anymore. He's figured it out. He's turned it on, and all of a sudden he's got himself a nice win streak and is doing much better than he had in the past. And I agree. I'm gonna go hard on Tecia Torres. I think Angela Hill is one of the most overrated fighters on the planet. Even in her wins, she doesn't look good. Angela Hill, like, she definitely put it together for a few fights. She was pretty awful. Then, like, I'm looking at her record now. She was really bad for a while. Then put together a nice little winning streak, and then lost to Claudia Gadeja, lost to Karate Hottie. But they were close losses, split decision losses. And I think she gained a lot of traction with split decision losses. And then she fought Ashley Yoder. She won that fight, but she did not look good, in my opinion. And look what just happened to Yoder last night. So I think Tecia Torres blows through. Actually, as we're talking, I'm going to place a bet. The odds are never going to be as good as they are right now. Thank you for bringing this up, Mike. I'm placing a bet on Tecia Torres right now as we speak. Because, come on, log me in, damn it. Because Tecia Torres is just going to absolutely, her volume, her pressure, she's going to win. Everybody jump on this while I'm doing it, because I feel fantastic about this right now. UFC 265, Tecia Torres minus 132. That's almost even money. I'm not going to tell you how much I put on there. We'll wait and clear my bet slip. All right, that's done. Torres loses by decision. How? She's a better striker. She has higher volume. Angela Hill, go back and watch Hill versus Yoder. Torres is not getting taken down like that. Torres has good takedown defense. She's very good. She's very good. Here, let's pull up Tecia Torres' record. You think Angela Hill's going to get a bunch of takedowns? How did that go against Ashley Yoder? Watch that fight. She looked awful in a win. Let's see. Tecia Torres. Look who she's lost to. She has only lost to literal champions. And then Marina Rodriguez. Those are the only people she's lost to. Literally, that's it. Look at this. Carla Esparza, champ. Rose Namajunas, champ. Jessica Andrade, champ. Joanna, champ. Weili, champ. And then beats the piss out of everybody else. Angela Hill is not beating Tecia Torres. It's not happening. Tiny tomato all day. I'm with you, Jim. Pretty sure it's tornado. Yeah, I mean, I just do not see. Angela Hill's not good. Watch the Yoder fight. And the Yoder fight was after Angela Hill had a 3-fight win streak, then 2 split decision losses. But it was like, oh my God, she's in there, split decision to the number 3 in the world, number 4 in the world, whatever. Then she goes out there, fights Ashley Yoder, who's a 500 fighter, and didn't do well. She won, but she did not look good. I remember thinking Angela Hill's as much of a lock as you're going to get on this card. And watching that fight, I was like, oh my God, like, she's struggling here. I agree. Those fights were close. Those split decision losses were closer than they should have been. But styles make fights, and Tecia Torres in her face with high volume will be an issue for Angela Hill. Yeah, well, this is what I was talking about before. I don't have the benefit of pretending I didn't say things. So if Angela Hill wins, that little rant that I just went on will exist on the internet forever, and there's nothing I can do about it. And that's why I'm over here risking it. That's why when people come into the comments, and you guys are all great in here, it's usually the people that like find a video, make a nasty comment, and then leave. Those people drive me nuts, because it's like, listen, if you think my pick is bad, tell you what, I have just documented 15 picks on this card. You list all 15, and then we will compare them at the end of the week, who had more right. And that's the easiest way to determine if I'm an idiot or you're an idiot. The easiest way by far. Because I don't have the luxury of just making one pick, calling everybody stupid and then leaving like half the people in the comments do. And I'm not built for YouTube because I can't just see comments and be like, oh, that guy's an idiot and move on. I like just respond with attacks and then delete them because I feel like I was too mean. Let's see what we got. Miles John is in a good spot. I agree. Tisha has better MMA IQ. Hill has yet to show me anything different, but just striking and clinching. Listen, Angela Hill has phenomenal cardio, and she also has good volume. And she can lose early and start to win late as the car start deciding factor, as the volume pick. But at the end of the day, Tisha Torres also phenomenal cardio, great volume, very busy, comes forward. I just don't see Angela Hill beating her. I just don't. I bet that Lewis line, you got him at 275. That's solid. I bet that's going to move. I bet he'll be like a plus 400 underdog by the end of the week. I believe so, Hilario. I'll have to go back. We break down 30 fighters a week. So lots of times I have to go back, read my notes. So what I do, even if it's a rescheduled fight, if it's rescheduled 1 week, it's fine. But if it's a completely rescheduled fight, like I broke down the Chris Dawkins fight, we didn't film it because it was canceled, but I did all my notes. I have my pick. And then it was rescheduled, and then it was rescheduled again. If it doesn't get rescheduled for like another 2 months, I will do brand new, fresh research, get my pick, and then go back and watch the video and see where was I the first time? What did I think the first time? Just to see if my mind changes. So they were fighting at Apex. Small cage favors the wrestler heavy. Yep. Yeah. So even rescheduled fights, even if we've broken it down, I do completely fresh research and do that all over again. Oh, no, not at all. I absolutely did not. Dude, nothing actually bothers me. And I do nothing but bust balls, especially in this case where I did such a hard line on a pick. 100% if I'm wrong, what am I going to do? Deny it? Pretend I didn't do that? What drives me nuts are people who do not participate. We're trying to grow a community here. You guys are in the live stream. You guys participate in the chats. You do comments. You like the videos. You watch the videos. You guys are great. And you've earned the right to do or say whatever you want. Like, you're part of this community. It's the people that pop in out of nowhere. They're not subscribers. They didn't like a video. They didn't participate in any meaningful way. And then they'll just make some nasty comment and leave. And then when I'll come back to the comment and say, hey, remember when you called me an idiot for doing the over on rounds in the main event? Where are you now? And then they're gone forever. That's when I get annoyed. And I shouldn't. It's the freaking internet. It thrives off hate. Yeah, hit the like button. Honestly, so I always do my pitch. Like, if you guys genuinely enjoy the content and you want to contribute monetarily, you can become a member. You can do a super chat. You can donate. And that's unbelievably appreciated because we spend stupid money. That freaking website that I'm always plugging, we're in $10,000 right now, and we're not done. We have to do the live betting odds and then a couple random pages like the audio podcast and stuff like that. So the money is appreciated, but not everybody can do that. So little simple gestures like just participating in the chat, commenting on videos, thumbs up, just hitting subscribe, that costs $0. It takes a half a second. And it's really beneficial because A, it helps us like, okay, people seem to be liking this content. Let's continue to do this way. And B, YouTube looks at it and says, all right, well, people watch. They watch the whole video, not just 10 seconds of it. They hit the thumbs up. They comment. People must like their stuff. Let me put their videos at the top of the list. So any amount of support is genuinely appreciated. It's the people that come in, watch one video, blind pick somebody because their cousin's friend's uncle knows them, and then say awful, stupid, nasty things. Those are the people that annoy the hell out of me. What do we got here, Jaden? Thoughts on my early picks. You have Gan, Aldo, Yadong. You don't have a space bar on your computer? Gan, Aldo, Yadong, Luque, Hill, Fizayev, Menafield, Dos Santos, Carolina, Cop, Leonardo, Morales, and Simmons. Let me think about these. These are pretty solid. Gon's a good pick. Aldo, that's a really close fight. I'm probably going the other way, but I'm not decided yet. Yadong's, hold on. Let me look at his opponent. Casey Kenny. Casey Kenny's going to beat Yadong. Luque, that's probably good. Hill, I disagree with. Fizayev over Bobby Green. It's probably a good pick. Chris Jory with the super chat. Thank you very much, Chris. And that wasn't me saying that wasn't a plea to Angelo shaving that creepy mustache. Just kidding, bro. I'm bored. Last night's late card. First, I thought last night was entertaining. This is my Sunday. Haven't shaved for the week yet, and I grow facial hair like a child. So this is like a week. This isn't even just 2 days. So thank you very much. I appreciate that, Chris. And you're a member. So thank you for your support. It's incredibly appreciated. DeSantos. He just fought too, right? Because I remember typing his name out on these freaking graphics. DeSantos. Who the fuck? Miles Johns. That's a tricky one. Carolina. I want Carolina to win so bad. I love her, but she is not doing well. Jessica Panay coming off that long layoff, squeaking out a really nonsense decision. Cop has looked fantastic lately. He should win that. Leonardo, I think Leonardo was Jacob's first ever lock of the week. I'm almost positive. Let me check. If she lost, she was. Let me check. It was Jacob's first ever lock of the week versus Manon Farrow back in January. And then Simmons. Oh, that one's super close. I don't have a pick there yet, but you put it out here, Jaden. So now you can talk all the crap you want because you're on record with what your picks are. And I agree. Casey Kenny wins. The wrestling will be the difference there for sure. Yeah, you're good. I just pulled it up and I was like, maybe you did it in enters. I don't know, but I was cracking up. Chiesa or Luque? Yeah, we were just talking about that. That's a super close fight. And I was saying, in my mind, Michael Chiesa sucks. But that's because Michael Chiesa did suck. And then really put it together. I don't know if he changed things or just matured and really put it together. And all of a sudden was tough, was good everywhere, was gritty, was in fights, was winning fights. And now he's got himself a streak. So I have to look at that more objectively. I think the odds are correct. Luque is just a slight favorite. And I think that's correct. So we'll see. I'm going to take a much closer look at Michael Chiesa. If Chiesa comes out with a wrestle-heavy, grapple-heavy game plan, I think he gets it done. So that'll be interesting. I don't have an official pick for you just yet. You like O'Day there. Fought bigger guys, height and reach advantage. Yeah, the issue, and you're not wrong. And to argue for you, Cop's issue is he is a slow starter, and he could be on the wrong end of some volume early and then playing catch up late and just be behind on rounds. So I don't, that's a close fight. I like Cop, but yeah, that's not I won't have an official pick till Tuesday. You're worried about the Casey Kenny pick. Hella disappointed last fight. He was outclassed by Cruz. Yeah, but that's Dominic Cruz. He was outclassed by one of the best to ever do it. So that's, it's hard to hold that against him. Let me pull that up. It is really hard to hold that against him. And it was a split decision. Sorry, I didn't remember. I mean, Dominic Cruz is impossible to get your hands on. I like Casey Kenny in this fight. I do like him in this fight. And isn't he, what are the odds? Yeah, it's even. I mean, I'll take him on even money. Yeah, and Kyler Phillips beat Yadong in his last fight, but Yadong outstruck him. It'll be an interesting fight for sure, but I like Casey Kenny. Mike Pyle. Gane, agree. Munoz, agree for the most part. Kenny, agree. Luque, agree. Torres, agree. Fizayev, what did I just say about that? This one, talk about my memory, guys. Fizayev. Where the hell are you? Oh, over Bobby Green. He should win, but Bobby Green, man, sometimes he just shows up and looks like he could be a world champ. Johns, Panay, and Kopp. I want Carolina to win, but she's on a bit of a skid. So those are solid picks, Mike. Those are solid picks. Richard Cruz, I like O'Day Fantasy more, Kopp less. Oh, you're talking about Monkey Knife Fight. Yeah, we don't know what the line is, but yeah, the odds of doing more or less are probably pretty good there. Yeah. All right, guys, 2 more minutes. I'm going to hop out of here. So I have another hour while my youngest is napping. The oldest went to the store with my wife. So I'll have an hour to just relax and do nothing before the youngest wakes up. And then I'm chasing around a 2-year-old. Dominic, I was getting up Cruz. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I genuinely appreciate everybody that hopped in the chat. I literally was like, yeah, let me just do a live stream real quick. So I appreciate it. If you haven't liked this, like it. If you're not a subscriber and you're watching this, subscribe. It costs you nothing. Super beneficial for us. And check out our website. I know I plug this crap all the time, but we've got promos and matches for everything. Monkey Knife Fight, easiest money you will ever make watching fights. Period. End of story. I always say it. I'm being 100% genuine. Check it out. Join our free DraftKings League if you haven't. I just Venmo'd somebody $30 an hour ago because he wasn't a member, won the league, became a member. I sent him $30. And then our bet affiliate. If you want to bet online, you're going to get the best possible odds there. They'll match your promo, and we will give you $20 just for signing up. Antsy Music did. I sent him $20. So thanks, guys. And I agree, Hilario. Let's get this done. We'll be live on Tuesday for our full card breakdown. I'll see you then.